All right, let's hop straight into keeping the community connected. So not only is it Pisces season, but this month is also celebrating women and our contribution to American history. So now, while this may largely include white women, I want to keep the focus on us,
Period.
Black queens.
Period.
Yes, ma'am.
Period.
So first up, I want to commemorate Lisa Williamson, better known as Sister Soldier. So I know most of our listeners probably know, if not all of them, know of her and her bestseller that's called The Coldest Winter Ever. I really got to go read that book.
Me too, because I ain't.
So she just recently released the sequel, and this was 22 years in the making. And the sequel is called Life After Death. Now, in her interview that I read, she did an interview with the Los Angeles Times, and she stated that the reason why it took 22 years was because she wanted to make the timeline realistic, being that the first book ended with Sonoya, I think that's her, or forgive me, because that was not the person's name, Winter Santiago. I think that's how you pronounce the character's name in the book. But in that book, it ended with her getting a 15-year prison sentence.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it says that she felt that she wanted to make it known, that for the things that she was talking about in that book, that there's consequences to your actions and things like that. And she just didn't want to pop up with another story about that main character in the book. So shout out to her. I'm definitely I'm trying to get back into reading, so I probably will purchase both of those books.
Yeah, we need to start being reading bookworms.
We got to be like Miss Hill in her SAT words.
Right.
But we're going to keep it going. And I also want to make mention of a very strong, beautiful young lady by the name of Lyric Chanel. She recently went viral on Instagram, I believe, and I also saw it on Facebook as well, but she died of brain cancer. She was 13 years old.
Wow.
And Beyonce actually did a little medley for her.
She did.
But yeah, I wanted to give her a shout out. I just felt like that was worthy. She fought a good fight. And shout out to you, Lyric, and your following, and prayers up to you and your family.
Yes.
But we're going to keep it going. This is some great news. So I have a new segment in the office.
Okay, then.
Yes. So this new segment is called Guess Who Pulled Up?
Pulled up at the office.
Yes.
Unannounced.
Yes, baby. Guess who pulled up, okay? And I have some great people in the office with me today. These lovely people in the office, I'm going to introduce them. They came from the illustrious Douglas High School. That's how we know each other. Big Westside Energy. Do not
I'm
play.
outnumbered today, and
Do
I'm
not
just
play
going to
with
let
us.
them cook.
Okay, so we got Ed in the studio today with us, and we got Ken Yabee in the studio.
Yes, ma'am.
What's going on? I know you as Eli. I ain't seen you since we walked across the stage in 2012. It's been a minute. Like, I done seen Ed recently, but it's been a minute, man. Dang. So tell the people. Okay, so my first question, I just want you to give us some details about, like how this came about with you being an artist, and, how this was developed, because I know, knowing you from high school, you were always very creative. So let's just get into the background of how you actually got into being an artist and doing music.
All right, so it started when I was young, you know what I'm saying? I was always writing music, but until I got older and I was able to fund myself, you know what I'm saying? That's when I actually took it serious and started just pushing. You know what I'm saying? No better way to put it. As you just said, I've always been a creative, and I will always be that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my music is my life. Like, there isn't no lies in my music. Everything you hear is what you see. You know what I'm saying? So
ain't no cap in your rap.
exactly. Amen. That's it.
Yeah. So since we have Ed in the studio, how did this collab happen?
I always watch Yabee. Because, of course, his brother's like my brother. So I always watched him, even back when we was at Doug, and he used to go to the studio with Schoolie and Slim and everybody. So then just over the course of my life, I ended up stumbling into doing security, and then, like, being around certain people, and I see different artists making, and I'd be like, man, y'all be way better than them. So I would just be like, man, like I'm rubbing elbows with certain people. I was like, man, I could just try to be the little middleman and kind of just use my security contacts, kind of help them out. And then it was just natural, really, because I just always listen to music. And then, like, I think it was with the Slime Life feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Slime Life, that was kind of like the beginning. Kind of helping to set that up, and then he was like, I might well just keep it going.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're gonna talk about that a little later because
Yep.
I got that on here. But it's the love and the support for me. It's the fact that you felt the need to be like, hey, let me step in. I see him doing something great. That's my brother.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna elevate him. I'm gonna push him. So Eli, please tell me, how did you birth the idea of the Corleone? And correct me if I'm wrong, but that I'm pronouncing it right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how did you birth that idea of the Corleone lifestyle? Like, was it by yourself, or did you have like some inspiration behind, from other people behind it?
So, Corleone lifestyle, that came from just, early in my career, I felt kind of blackballed. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason, I'm not saying that they actually did it, but it happened. So I had to make a stand. Like, okay, this is the label that I'm running with, which is myself. You know what I'm saying? And the way me and my people move, we move like the mafia. So that's where the Corleone lifestyle came from. That's the. Can I cuss?
Yeah.
That was on your heart.
That's the shit that we was living. You know what I'm saying? Like that 2014, 15, 16 Corleone was, we was out there. You know what I mean? And like we toned it down now because we have to, but hey, that's just where it came from.
Yeah, and you kind of like transitioned me into my next question because I was going to ask. I know I was always watching you on Instagram and on social media, and I saw how you was promoting your brand and how that turned into a label. So if you could just go more deeply into that and just talk about, like basically you being independent and supporting yourself, the importance behind it.
So if I wasn't supporting myself, then I would have probably faded a long time ago. You know what I mean? Versus when I built up enough money, I bought my own studio. So I never disappeared from social media. You know what I mean? Because a lot of artists get started and they can't afford to keep going to the studio, keep buying hiring the videographers and getting videos done because they run out of money. You know what I'm saying? But if I buy the source, I can't run out. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, and we talk a lot about that on our platform as well. Just being
building
more
your own table and making sure you have your own seat at your own table before you try to go to anybody else's table.
Yes.
So I think that's pretty dope that you caught on to that early on and you able to bring people in. So what is it like, bringing people to the table, to your table? Is there some certain prerequisites you gotta have? You gotta have your hustle. You gotta be from the West Side.
What they gotta come with?
What they gotta come with to the table?
It's like this. You just gotta be a solid person. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has different different specialities. Like some people are better at promoting, some people are better at rapping. You know what I mean? I'm not against getting another rapper under my label. You know what I mean? But some people are better at certain things. Some people are just better at being here or being around me. You know what I mean? So exactly, yeah. So you don't really have to do anything, but you have to be a solid person, or else you cut off. Like I don't do all that.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say, like the same people that you running with now, it's the same people that you've been running
years.
with. Yes.
That's what's up. Shout out to the loyalty.
Yes.
Yeah, years.
Westside
Like
family.
Hold it down. Hold it down.
You got one more. This your last West Side pass, boo. I'm gonna let you know that right now. This your last West Side.
Hold it down, Ed. Okay.
Because when you, like I said off air, when you leave, we back on her ass. But you know what?
It's
I'm
okay.
gonna go ahead and say this. A lot of people that listen to our show do say like, "Damn, y'all need to leave Omari alone," because we do be on her about being from the West Side. There's nothing wrong with the West Side.
It's okay.
I fuck with y'all,
Of
you know.
course.
But it's just the way we was raised.
Yeah,
you know?
just make the phone call next time. We gonna put up.
There you go.
You feel me? One call away.
It's Big
One
Ed
call-
for me. It's Big Ed for me. So.
That's crazy.
So let's talk about some of your recent projects. So as Ed was mentioning, you have a song with Slime Life Show.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about that. How did that come about? Like how y'all meet each other? How did the project come? Like
So this one is all Ed's doing. You know what I mean? Big game, in enterprises. Like, so the song Cross was already made. You know what I'm saying? I didn't plan on featuring nobody on it, but I left a verse open just to do it. You know what I mean? And that's when Big Game and Corleone started. Like, he hit me up like saying, "Hey, you want to do you want to put Slime Life on a certain song, blah blah blah." I said, "Shit, yeah, why not?"
Why not?
You know what I mean? So that's just where they came from. You know, you're a cool dude though. You know.
Yeah, that was perfect timing too.
Yeah.
'Cause I think I had reached out to his people. Cause I know some of his people about doing security, I believe. And then also some other stuff. And then we got to talking, and they started talking about he doing features. And this before his last little album came out, Slime Life, the one that blew up, and this before he got signed. So I was like, man, Slime Life on his way up, Yabee on his way up. That's gonna be like a perfect little match. So I was like, this might be perfect timing to get on that.
Yeah, definitely. And I will say that I feel like you in your bag. Cause listen, no, for real, like you in your
tap
bag.
in and see what the West Side talking about.
Yes, because
A
I was
lot.
doing, I was trying to do my research, and I was like, I'm last minute, but perfection is produced from me being last minute most times. But I was last minute, and I listened to the song this morning, like while I was trying to make sure that everything that I in my questions and I had all my facts straight, and I was like, damn, he's sliding on this song. He's sliding on this song. So yeah, you definitely in your bag. And while we talking about it, like, how would you say that you would describe like your type of style? Because I know a lot of times, like, I feel like we've talked about this a lot when different artists come on the show, and it's like we've had people come in that say that they don't even like to listen to other artists because you unintentionally may start kind of like them,
mimicking the sound.
Yeah.
So what would you say, like, how would you describe your sound?
I never really describe it, but just me being myself. You know what I mean? Because regardless of what you do, you're gonna end up sounding like somebody on some type of song. You know what I mean? Like ideas just don't come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So but my sound is just real. You know what I'm saying? Like there will never be another Yabee. I can tell you that right now. There will never be another one.
It's the confidence.
Like I'm dead ass serious. Like
It's the confidence.
it will never be another.
I wonder where that come from.
Your mama, hey, you talking about that where it came from? Your family tree. Don't start.
And I wonder where that family from.
Oh,
You know what, Ed? Okay, we're
I'm
gonna call
done.
security on Ed.
oh, dude. He is
I got
security.
it.
I know. We gotta call back up. for
Mine
Ed.
bigger than yours.
Security for the security. Okay,
I feel
it's okay.
I need some help.
Just sit back and relax.
I'm gonna sit back and let y'all
sit
cook.
back.
Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
So we got a couple more minutes, but I want to slide in 2 more questions. So the first one, the last one, gonna be real quick. You probably can answer that straight. But this one, like on our show, we talk a lot about being intentional, and we talk a lot about work-life balance. And you're a father, so how do you balance all of that?
So in order to be an artist, you need funds. You need to get paid some way. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of artists fall short by thinking they don't need a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So they can't really do anything themselves. But as far as being a father, that doesn't get in the way of anything. Like as long as you love your children, you know, I actually got to say that because there's a lot of people that don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's facts.
you'll be all right. That's all right.
It be hard to
That's
love
real.
them some days. I ain't gonna lie. Tell the truth.
She got
Tell the
twins.
truth. I got twins. I ain't gonna lie. I love my kids, but they get on my damn nerves. But it's all good.
And lastly, so what y'all got planned? You know, it's All-Star Weekend. Ed, I know you finna be
Y'all
out.
in these street. Y'all outside in the pandemic.
I live outside.
Oh,
I live outside.
okay.
Kind of, sort of, yeah.
Where y'all at
just a little
tonight?
bit.
Tonight,
On the west side somewhere.
Nah, we taking over Buckhead.
Oh, okay. They gonna be on ATL Scoop.
I know we ain't gonna be
Where?
in Decatur. So,
Wow. What did Decatur do to you? I have no clue.
He on your head.
I'm not even from Decatur, but I'm gonna let him rock out with
wherever
that.
that is. Not we love everybody. We love everybody.
We can't tell. That's all right.
Genuine.
We're gonna have some East Side niggas on your head.
Oh. See, now
Not like
she
that.
trying to
Not
start-
literal.
she
Hold
trying to
on,
start
hold
a war.
up.
I ain't
We
trying
gonna
to
do
start
it.
no war. I ain't starting no war.
We ain't gonna do it. Yes, but I definitely want to thank y'all for being the first guest. And please don't let this be the last. Y'all definitely got to pull back up. We got to stay connected. You got to let us know what you got going on so we can continue to support each other.
Okay.
But yeah, so as always for our listeners, thank you for visiting with me in the office. Be sure to follow me on Instagram at _ohsolovely_. And I am partnering with Brighten Smiles. If you or your loved one is trying to freshen up your look or get that perfect smile, be sure to click the link in my bio on Instagram, and you can receive 25% off your next brightening kit. So brighten up your smile, and I promise you will not regret it. And as always, please stay grounded. Remember that you get what you need when you need it. And remember and understand that when you're in your own lane, baby, there is no traffic.